Liam Rosenior. Liam Rosenior is going to be the next Chelsea manager. That has to be the most underwhelming and unambitious Chelsea appointment that I can possibly remember. I'm casting my mind back for my entire life. I'm thinking back to like Ian Porterfield. And this is the most underwhelming and unambitious appointment that we have ever made. Like, we literally have no desire to ever win any silverware ever again, do we? That is what this appointment tells us. If you break this appointment down, and I don't mean this with any disrespect to Liam Rosenior whatsoever, one day maybe he will be a great manager. One day maybe he will be the kind of manager that Chelsea should look to appoint. But as of today, it is a dramatic over-appointment, a huge overreach. It is the least controversial thing you will ever hear me say, to say that Liam Rosenior is massively underqualified for this job. He should be nowhere near this job. And what you can glean from that is that Chelsea have no desire to ever win any silverware ever again. The point of Chelsea Football Club is clearly not to win silverware. Because if we wanted to win silverware, we would make an appointment that chimed with that philosophy. Instead of that, we are going to appoint Liam Rosenior. I'm looking at it now, right? The reports are that he is the leading contender and Bluecoat are going to find a replacement for Strasbourg. Yeah, we have no ambition. We do not want to win. We have absolutely no interest in ever competing for major silverware ever again. We are appointing the manager that currently sits 7th in Ligue 1. He sits 7th in Ligue 1. He's 41 years old, and apparently that makes him the prime candidate, the standout option for Chelsea Football Club. A club that over the years have appointed the very best. He is following in the footsteps of some of the greatest managers to have ever lived. Carlo Ancelotti sat in that hot seat. Jose Mourinho sat in that hot seat. Antonio Conte sat in that hot seat. I mean, even the managers that didn't work. It was still managers like Luis Felipe Scolari, who won the World Cup with Brazil. Gianluca Vialli sat in that hot seat. Ruud Gullit, Glenn Hoddle. And somehow we are giving it to Liam Rosenior. And why? Why does he get the job? Why is he the right man for the job? Is it his managerial brilliance? Is it his outstanding track record? Is it his proven qualities in the Premier League? Or is it the fact that he is clearly a yes man who will abide by these nonsense owners, who will allow these nonsense owners to continue in their ridiculous pursuit of finance? He will allow these sporting directors who are driving the club into the ground to continue to do so. That is why he gets the job. That is why it's him. Like, we're appointing a manager who's had one managerial job in England, and that resulted in him being given the tin tack by Hull City. Never ever managed in the Premier League. So really, why does he get the job? Why is he the Chelsea man? Because he will allow the strategy to continue. This strategy takes precedence over everything. This strategy, this pursuit of wealth, this only signing children, this desire to flip a profit, it's cost manager after manager after manager his job. But the strategy reigns supreme. We will only sign players that we can turn a profit from. We will only sign young players. We will only sign players who have a sell-on value. And the silverware is totally inconsequential. Like that Feliciano said it, didn't he? He said that it's about building a brand. And you can build a brand with or without the silverware. And as a result, we are now operating as a mid-table team. Because that's what Liam Rosenior is. Liam Rosenior, and I feel like I'm being really kind to him here, if Liam Rosenior is going to get a Premier League job, it is going to be a mid-table, unambitious Premier League job. A Brentford could potentially appoint a Liam Rosenior. You know, I think a Crystal Palace, if Glasner were to move on, could potentially appoint a Liam Rosenior. That is the level that he is operating at. There is absolutely no way in this world that any serious Premier League team, big Premier League team, anyone would consider this appointment. If Mikel Arteta were for some reason, Mikel Arteta gets offered the Real Madrid job, do you think Arsenal go and appoint Liam Rosenior? If Manchester United were to get rid of Ruben Amorim, do you think they even consider Liam Rosenior? I don't think that Leeds United, if they were to somehow sack Daniel Farke, would consider Liam Rosenior. I genuinely don't. Like, it's going really wrong for West Ham United at the moment. You know, West Ham United are going down, but their fans aren't pining for Liam Rosenior. And we are supposed to be a club competing for silverware. And yet we are operating like a mid-table club. And the worst thing about all of this, the thing that makes this so much harder to bear, is we are operating and aligning ourselves with managers such as Rosenior when managers like Zinedine Zidane and Jurgen Klopp are available. Now, I don't want Klopp at Chelsea. I can think of anything worse than Klopp at Chelsea, to be totally honest with you, right? But he's an elite gaffer. He's an elite level manager. And I don't want Klopp because I'm tribal. I don't want Klopp because I'm a biased football fan. But if you are operating at boardroom level, you should be above that. So you should be able to look at someone like Jurgen Klopp in the way that Roman Abramovich was able to look at someone like Rafael Benitez and go, you're the man for the job. I'm not going to like it, but I'm tribal. I'm not supposed to like it. But even as much as I despise Rafael Benitez, as much as I despised following Chelsea home and away and abroad when Rafael Benitez was a manager, even now, with hindsight, you can see why Abramovich did it. You know, he was a serial trophy winner, Rafael Benitez. Whatever you said about him, he was a serial trophy winner. And he understood football. And we are now not appointing Zinedine Zidane, not even trying. Not appointing Xavi Hernandez, not even trying. Not appointing Jurgen Klopp, not even trying. And then forget that, right? I've gone top tier there. Why are we not talking to Glasner? Why are we not talking to Unai Emery? Why are we not talking to Andoni Iraola? These are all capable managers, all with a far more proven track record than Liam Rosenior. So why Rosenior? Why? What is it? Genuinely, what is it? It's the fact that he is a company man. He is a yes man to both the strategy and this nonsense model. And what it tells us is, it tells us that this ownership, despite everything, they are doubling down on the model. So despite losing another manager to this ridiculous facade of a football team, they're persevering with it. Like, at no point has anyone, the sporting directors or the owners, gone, I tell you what, this has cost us yet another manager. But rather than change that strategy, we're just simply going to change the man. Like, every manager that has questioned it has gone. In fact, every manager that has been at the club has questioned it. And every manager has gone. Like, this entire strategy is about sustaining the turnover with the kids, and trophies are completely insignificant. And this time they found a man who they believe in, I guess. And he obviously will not rock the boat. I just can't think of any manager that's ever been more over-promoted, more undeserving of the job that he's got. Like Liam Rosenior, sacked at Hull, 7th in League 1, is going to go into one of the biggest jobs in the country. One of the biggest jobs in Europe. And let this be a warning to him. Like, everything that we have seen before, whatever you think of Potter, learn from it. Whatever you think of Maresca, learn from it. Like, you now know, Rosenior, that you are going to have absolutely no say over team selection. You were going to have no say over signings. You were going to have very little autonomy over what team you pick. You were going to be told to rotate the team. You were going to be told to put players in the shop window. You were going to be told what to do. I guess it's a paycheck. It's a great opportunity. You can't blame him for taking it. But on some level, I worry for him, because he is going to be the public face of this ownership. And this ownership are toxic and hated at Stamford Bridge. Despised by everyone. It's the one thing that's actually united Chelsea fans. You know, Chelsea, as a club, we have a fantastic support because there's loads of people who hate one another. Like, you see loads of agging in the away end, within our own away end. The one thing that's going to unify everyone at Stamford Bridge is the love of Chelsea and the hatred of this ownership. And unfairly, but fans have no choice, Liam Rosenior is going to become the public face of it. So when we draw 1-1 at home to Brentford, Liam Rosenior is going to get it in the neck. And it's going to be horrible. They are, giving him no chance. Just giving him absolutely no chance. You know, the highs of this ownership. You know, it's been the Brighton manager, it's been the Leicester manager, and now it's been the Strasbourg manager. When we got Antonio Conte, he'd won 3 Scudettos in a row. When we got Jose Mourinho, he just won the European Cup. When we got Carlo Ancelotti, he was a serial European Cup winner. When we got Luis Felipe Scolari, he just won the World Cup. When we got Mourinho the second time round, very recently, he just won a treble at Inter. Even the managers that didn't work, AVB. AVB, the track record was there. He won European silverware with Porto. Now we're going Brighton, Leicester, Strasbourg. Right. And I mean, good luck to him. Good luck to Rosenior, because he is walking into a club and a fan base that is on fire. It's going to be a hate-filled atmosphere. I remember we played Man City at home. I remember it was powerful. They announced Rafael Benitez. Brought him out. Mate, it was deafening. The game finished 0-0. He wore a red tie as well. God. I had an argument with Geezer in front of me saying you should never boo a Chelsea man. I was booing him. Saying you should never boo a Chelsea manager. But for me, he was never a Chelsea manager. And I tell you what, even if Liam Rosenior was the best manager in the world, he'd struggle in these circumstances. Like, I don't think he should take the job. You know, if I was his mate, I understand opportunity comes, you have to do it. But I really don't think that he should take it. It's a poison chalice of a job. You know, you've got no say either. And far better managers than Liam Rosenior have failed in these circumstances, failed in these conditions. And like I say, this team now, this atmosphere now, this club is a cauldron. Liam Rosenior does not need to take this. What an absolute mess. What an absolute joke of a football club. But the Liam Rosenior appointment tells you one thing. Chelsea have absolutely no intention of ever winning silverware again. Let me know your thoughts. Really interested to hear what you have to say about this. It's just such a shame. Because if Maresca is going to go, and you can understand why he may have to go, not the timing of it, but you can kind of understand why at various points in his managerial career, be ambitious. And if you can't even go for the top tier, speak to Unai Emery. Speak to Oliver Glasner. Speak to Andoni Iraola. What are we doing? As always, really interested to hear your thoughts. I'll be in the comments the second this video goes live.